Yeah, ended up quite tight. It was very difficult to play out there tonight, but mainly because they were so good at the breakdown. But I thought we scored some pretty good tries. Would have been nice to get the bonus point at the end, but in the end, because the Rebels are up the top of the table, it's a massive win for us.
It seemed like they were throwing everything at you as well, and found some gaps out wide. Is that probably the area of your defence that you've got to fix up? Be quite good through the middle, but they got you out wide.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of holes just on the edges of probably some forwards. But the scramble D was superb. I think multi-phase defensively, the effort before half-time, the effort in the second half. Set piece, I'm quite disappointed with the set piece try that they scored, obviously. But, it's something that we'll have to look at. But overall, I thought that's what we do. We put a lot of pressure on teams and we concede a couple of line breaks, but we try and fix it in the backfield, and I thought we did that pretty well tonight.
No, we asked you through the week, but what are your thoughts on the referee changing his mind on the tries?
Well, obviously disappointing now, isn't it? I think from the box I'm a little bit disappointed. I could have told him to kick it a little bit quicker. And then we probably got lucky with that one in the first half as well. It's something that has to certainly be addressed, I think, going forward, and preferably before the end of this competition.
What's your preference on how it should be handled?
Well, Steve made a good point that if it wasn't a try, would they go back and do anything about it? So, they've got to change it somehow.
On the first try, did you call that from the box, or did Christian just recognise that moment?
Yeah, I think Christian recognised that one. And then we've obviously got the refs comms. And they were talking about that try that Allen scored. They were saying that it looked fine, both the touch judge and the referee. It looked fine, and then all of a sudden it pops up on the big screen and it's like, hang on, wait a second. And even that decision, what they were saying after Christian's try in terms of, it was dubious as to whether it was actually forward or not after Christian had already kicked the field goal, missed the conversion there. And, the one that Allen scored, they were saying, no, it was just a legitimate strip, it was fine. They both saw it pretty clearly. They both agreed it was a legitimate strip, and then they come back and have a look at the TMO. So, we know what it is, and we sort of commented on that through the week that we've probably got away with one earlier in the season.
How disappointed is Allen? Props don't score tries like that very often.
No, and then Ruan Smith as well with an assist. It was a great try, wasn't it? Just a really good line on the outside, and still had a bit of work to do, but he's a classy player, Allen.
What is your understanding of that second one, Boom? Because it looked like the on-field referee awarded it and changed his mind. I thought it was only the TMO could interject, not the referee could change his mind. I've seen it, or is it that it can happen either way?
I think it can happen either way. I don't think. I think what happened tonight was Rowan saw it on the big screen and said, "Hold on a second."
Sweet, irrespective of that, massive win for you guys in the context of this season.
Yeah, I think every game is really important from here on. But given it's a team that's up around our level on points and another team in our conference, it makes it extra important. We knew that during the week, so I was really happy with the performance.
I heard you talk on the field about the guys who came on in that second half. They really made sure that intensity was still up there in the game that had plenty of it.
Yeah, and we mentioned that at half-time, the role that those guys would play that came on, and they were terrific, all of them tonight. So, that's how it has to be every week, and it has been really good every week. So, for the most part, the guys that have come on have lifted the team and finished the game off, and they did that really well tonight.
How pleasing is it that you see those made of them so young to step up quite seamlessly?
Yeah, that's right. Jordan Jackson-Ho played his first game tonight for the Brumbies, and he was playing in the 20s a couple of weeks ago, so he probably wouldn't have thought he'd be playing, but a couple of injuries, and you see you're in there. So, guys like Al and Josh Man Ray and Ruan as well have been making a real impact, and Tommy Staniforth, all the guys there, Jordan Smiler as well, have been coming on and doing a really good job. Joey Powell, guys like that, and some of the guys who have been coming off the bench started tonight and did a great job. So Dargs and Lousy and those kind of guys. So yeah, it was a good performance. We knew it'd be tough down here, and I'm really happy with the effort.
How good is it to see that? Just knowing we've got older guys, particularly after June, back from injury, that sort of thing, this isn't really just from this team.
Yeah, I think if we had lost that game, it's a pretty grim situation for us. We've got to bye next week, so it was such an important game to get points. You've really got to keep accumulating them at this part of the season because it starts to stack up there. Every team's desperate at that top half of the competition, so we need to keep winning, and tonight we did that. So it was a good job by everyone.
Is there any sense of frustration given how much possession you had in the first half that you weren't further in there?
I think they're a good defensive side. We just kept hammering away there and trying to put pressure on wherever we could. So sometimes that's the way it goes. I think we had 20-odd phases there before we got that first penalty. So that pressure has to tell at some time in the game. It might not come straight away, but eventually it will. So of course you want to score tries all the time, whenever you have the ball, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. They're a quality team, and we knew it would be tough to score tries.
Steve, do you think there was an opportunity from that final line out to go for a bonus point try, or were you happy to call it good?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was a bit of a mix-up out there, so there was a call from upstairs to have a crack. But I think the guys just thought that we couldn't get the bonus point or something. It was a mix-up out there, so that stuff happens.
Squeak, I was just going to say, as from an Australian rugby point of view, to have the Brumbies, Waratahs and the Rebels all, locked in that competition for a final spot, it's good at this time of year, isn't it? Especially leading into a big England series when you come back for the race to the final.
Yeah, it is. I think it's good to be involved in games like this that have real meaning to the outcome of the season for both teams. This is why you play, to be involved in these type of games, and from the Rebels' point of view as well. They're still right in the hunt. So we've got a bye next week, so we can't get any points. So that's why tonight was so important. Good. Cheers.